Everything was destroyed in the fire, but what remained was the foundation. I'm going to show you over here our vision for our Christian school. We can have up to 150 kids as our school grows. This is the rooms that we're going to not only use for Foundation Christian Academy, we're also going to use for Victory Kids on Sunday morning. There's a great story in the book of Daniel. Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, which are not their Hebrew names. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego are their Babylonian names. They were given those names by their Babylonian leaders. They were re-educated in the language of the Babylonians. They were told to worship the Babylonian gods, eat the Babylonian food. Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they just put their feet down and said, no more. We're not going to be indoctrinated any further. I believe one of the reasons that God put it on our hearts to do a Christian school is because of the culture we're in. We have a system that's trying to indoctrinate our kids from a very young age and then trying to remove the voice of the parent.
I have God-given rights as the parent. I am the one that birthed my kids.
School district board of adults made the decision to feature an event to hypersexualize young children.
My 11-year-old daughter was in elementary school here at Chico Unified, and her elementary school transitioned her from female to male behind my back.
And you allow a male to use a female bathroom. You're going to put all of their moral health and safety at risk.
Do we really want to throw our kids to the lion's den?
Once the teacher closes the door, you don't know what happens in that classroom, the conversations that happen. Their frontal cortex is not developed till in their mid-20s. The gender transition stuff that goes on. How can a child at 5 make that decision when the frontal cortex isn't developed?
At the public school, my kids are being questioned if God is real or not. That hurts me. My 7-year-old shouldn't have to deal with that.
Students at an Illinois high school now pushing for the school to adopt what they're calling a no-fail policy, all because of this pandemic. They say they shouldn't have to deal with grade-based assignments.
Right now in Illinois, there is a no-fail policy. It started with COVID, however, it didn't go away. The no-fail policy is failing children. Kids are falling further and further behind, even though they're moving on to the next grade.
I had 2 sons that were in school. Jared was very outgoing and Matthew was more shy. He was more of an introvert. We got a call one day from one of the teachers. She said, if you don't pull Matthew out, you're going to lose him. He was doing the best he could in school, but he was a follower. We homeschooled him and pulled him out. He was able to get his footing, his foundation, to where he felt strong. He testified, because my parents did this for me, I was able to work out my own salvation.
Years ago, I had a mentor tell me, when you die and go to heaven, you can't take your trophies with you. You can't take your car with you, but you can take your children to heaven with you. For any parent that has categorized their child's education and discipleship to hand it off to somebody else, it's time to get it right back into your hands so that you're not the last Christian generation of your family.
Churches need to wake up and come to an agreement that we are going to do our best to provide a safe place for these kids to go to school so that they can not be told what the world says they are, but what Christ says they are.
There is a need in the community, a big need, A lot of the other schools, private schools, have waiting lists.
Foundation Christian Academy will be open for anybody in Central Illinois. Anybody can come to the school, but they need to realize that we're going to share the gospel with your student. What would it be like to do math lessons all while learning about the Word of God? That's going to be our curriculum.
We want parents in the classrooms. Public school doesn't allow that anymore. We want to be fully transparent and communicate with you.
There will be a partnership with homeschool families, kind of like a co-op. If you're a homeschool family and you're continuing to homeschool, go for it. That's powerful. What a great tool. Foundation Christian Academy will become an option for parents.
We want our kids to be able to express their relationship with the Lord in an atmosphere that they don't feel threatened, they don't feel silenced.
There's a need to change the lives of our children because the world is intentionally trying to indoctrinate them. The church needs to be just as aggressive, just as intentional. We're facing a spiritual battle. I promise you this, when you wake up in the morning, there's an assignment against you by the kingdom of darkness. Now, greater is he that is in us than he that is in the world. There's no weapon formed against us that will prosper, and every word that rises against us shall fall. The battle is already won. Jesus won the battle on the cross. God's will prevail, I promise you. We are being obedient to God's call. The day will come when you'll look back and you'll see teenagers graduating from Foundation Christian Academy. Help us fulfill God's plan. God bless you.